Hey everyone, and welcome to group break number 149. Today we have a full 12-box hobby case of extended series. So, been looking forward to the product kind of since it came out. Obviously, it's very dependent on the Young Gun checklist, and just given the debut cadence of players, it's a little bit on the underwhelming side because there's a couple good names still with Kaliev, Rathbone. Those are both like kind of two of the big names you're looking for. Nolan Foot as well is decent, but the big focus in this product is like all the retro Young Guns, and there's an updated Laugh Young Gun too with the photo variation, I guess is what they're technically calling it. So those are all pretty cool chase cards. But yeah, let's get into the team randoms here pretty quickly. And just as a note ahead of the break is that we have I think about 10 spots left in tomorrow's hockey mixer, which is 4 boxes of extended hobby, 4 boxes of series 1 and 4 boxes of series 2 hobby. So essentially just Young Gun hunting for the entire year, so gonna be some fun. Alright, I think that's enough of a preamble. Let's get underway with the team randoms here. So good luck everybody. Let me just make sure I got all the names copied again. Alright, here we go. As always, 3 times on the names, 3 times on the teams. Who you line up with is who you get. Once, twice, and third time. There we go. And 3 times on the teams. Once it decides to paste in, there we go. Yeah, there's definitely some sets in this that I really like. Some subsets. I really like the rookie class ones. Those are really nice to me. 3 times on the teams. Once, twice, and third time. There we go. Alright, here we go. Dan, you got the Washington Capitals. Nico with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Fotis with the Anaheim Ducks. Ken, you've got the Minnesota Wild. Stan with the Vegas Golden Knights. Scott, you've got the Philadelphia Flyers. Dan with the Carolina Hurricanes. Nelson with the Leafs. Bill, you've got the Penguins. Glenn with the Bruins. JK Johnny with the Dallas Stars. Ryan with the Senators. Mike with the Kings. That's honestly probably one of the better teams just because you got one of the top Young Guns, and given it's a smaller checklist, you'll see them more often. Sean, you've got the Sharks. Christopher with the Flames. Russ, you've got the Rangers. Good luck there. Mark with the Jets. Ted with the Sabres. Brian with the Wings. Justin, you got the Oilers. Holly with the Habs. Alexander Hunter, you've got the Islanders. Mark with the Predators. Holly with the Devils. Glenn with the Coyotes. Lou, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Lou. Again, at any point if I ever mispronounce your name or you want a different name displayed, just let me know in the break notes or let me know on Twitch chat just to make sure that I can, or in YouTube comments, just so I can get that name right. You got the Canucks though. Ted with the Panthers. Honestly, probably not a bad team in the Panthers either. Lou, you've got the Blue Jackets. Sean with the Avalanche. Scott with Chicago. And Alex, you got the Blues. So, there are your teams. I'll get them on the team viewer here shortly. But yeah, pretty much with this, you're hoping to have one of the teams that has Young Guns. LA's got a big one. Honestly, Jack Rathbone might end up being one of the biggest Young Guns out of the set. Penguins definitely have a goalie. Sharks are decent. Just because of how it works, like you get 6 Young Guns per box, so like you want to have those teams. Other notes, if you haven't seen the product open up yet, there are 2, it seems about 2 base packs per hobby box. So unlike Series 1 and Series 2, there's not a hit per every pack. So we'll just have to, just in case you see a pack that doesn't have a hit in it, that is why. There's normally 2 per box. So yeah, that's really about it. I opened up 1 box for myself just to see what it was like. And yeah, as the a lot of cars go by and trucks, but the other notes is that the All-Star Game cards will go to the team essentially that they're photographed in, just because it is that, like, the logo on the All-Star Game cards is from last year's All-Star Game because there wasn't an All-Star Game this year. So I think those are all the notes that I had, but yeah, so a couple minutes for trades here, and we should be good to go. I honestly am shocked to not see the retro or the not the retro, but like the acetate, the thicker Young Guns, and this is Easter eggs. So there are some street clothes variations, so we'll have to keep an eye out for those. And oh, there is All-Star uniform variations. Okay. So I'll have to keep an eye out for those, but yeah. Yeah, so like the main teams you want, just having a quick scroll through the checklist again. Like LA is decent, honestly. Like, I mean, you got one of the best Young Guns in there, and you've got a couple Young Guns in general. Ottawa's not horrible because you've got Stutzla as the big chase, hopefully, and then you've got Zub on there. Vancouver's honestly solid. San Jose, you're gonna just get a volume of cards. In Montreal, not horrible. Calgary's not bad, which is weird to say. Florida's not bad. Columbus is probably going to be okay. Honestly, San Jose is going to be the biggest quantity team. But New Jersey, kind of, there's a bunch of teams. So, yeah. Hopefully we can, this is the 0203 tributes. Okay, so there's a few of those. So I like those. Those are cool. Does Winnipeg have one as well? I thought Winnipeg... Yeah, Winnipeg has Logan Stanley. Like, actually, Winnipeg's not horrible either, because you got Logan Stanley, who's at least, like, an NHLer out of the Young Gun checklist. So, and this checklist is kind of going to be dependent on the players and, like, overall some of the players that you're looking for, like, the bigger, high-end potential. So, like, Nolan Foote, I don't think he'll pan out 100%, but, like, decent upside there. Honestly, again, Rathbone, Kaliev, kind of the bigger ones. Kevin Ball could potentially, because he's just big and tall and can skate. But yeah, Kevin Ball's on the Devils. But I don't think any Young Guns are going to be top load and sleeve right away. So the Habs have Verbeek, and who's not with the team anymore, and Hillis, who I don't think got action either. So, all right. Let's get started. No action on the trade front. So here we go. Yeah, like I said, I've opened up one box. So, I love the rookie class design. I love the, whatchamacallit. I love the rookie class design. I love the 0506 Retro Young Guns. That was kind of the first year I really got into collecting. So there's a nostalgia factor in it for me there. But outside of that, it's a product that Upper Deck definitely needs to have. Like, they definitely need to have some sort of update, just so they can sneak in some extra Young Guns, especially this year. It's just their cutoff kind of, limited the checklist, because I think it was like, if it was like 2 weeks later on the cutoff, we could have had like Ross Colton, who isn't the biggest name, but like, he's still a name, and like coming off a cup win, he's gonna have some hype around him, especially the cup winning goal. Like Zegras would have been in there. There are a couple other like decent players that would have been in there. So, all right, let's start with right side, I guess. So here we go. And good luck, everyone. Let's hope we hit something sick today. And the cello on the boxes are kind of like Series 1. This year they're not like Series 2, where it's a little bit on the shrink wrap didn't shrink super well. So here we go. Yeah. Main notes are that like there can be base packs. There can be other random little like there can be generally 2 base packs per box. So we'll keep an eye out, make sure we get everything. But yeah. Box 1, pack 1. Let's see something sick, like something cool. Doesn't have to be the best, but yeah. Here we go. All right, and the cards are all stuck together. All right, base, McDavid, the MX, that's 2021 McDavid, I guess is what they're called for the Oilers. So it's kind of like a whole set on Connor McDavid. Actually marking, it's cool, they actually mark kind of his year. So 5-point game in 7-1 win over Calgary. So those are actually tougher to hit too. So Yeah, about a quarter of the base set is like the All-Star game from last year on cards. So again, if we pull like a French variation or anything of these, it will go to the team listed on the like excuse me, because it's got the All-Star game logo. It's easier to see on the back side of the card, but because it's got the All-Star game logo, it will go to the team that they're pictured in, just because that's the easiest way to do it. But you get the traded updates for base. You get the traded up, or the traded base. You get the All Stars, the like new teams. So, and update sets are cool. I like them. They can be very checklist dependent. Obviously, just because you're hoping for a good rookie kind of boom or bust crop. But yeah. Next up, so like you got some third jerseys, some new players. I mean, Anderson in the Habs. And we got 0506 variation of Varlamov for the Islanders. So again, you get, I think it's about 3 base and one young gun per box of the 0506 variations. But it's a hit per pack with, again, kind of 2 base packs per box. And hopefully we get some good young guns. And sorry, it's gonna be a little bit of a slower break just because the cards are all stuck together. So again, base, and Zub for the Senators on the young guns. Honestly, not a bad one. Probably one of the better ones on the checklist. Yeah, let's put that there. I'm gonna sleeve up the McDavid just because it is a McDavid insert. So, but again, one of the better ones. Corey Perry on the Habs on the base card. Obviously, base doesn't ship from this, but kind of just literally an extension of Series 1 and Series 2. So I would have liked to see them do more like old school Series 2 where you had like multiple hits per pack, lots of just updated content in general. I think that would have been just a little bit cooler, a little bit better, and it's less reliant on just the overall rookie content. Shea Weber for the Habs on the 0506 variation. That's funny because he had his young gun was, his 0607. So there's not going to be too many players actually that were kicking around from 0506 in the set. So that'll be interesting. I know Crosby, Ovechkin, 2 of the main ones. I think we've got a French variation or a base pack here. It's behind this card, so it's either base pack. I think it's just a base pack here. None of these look like image variations either, because it's only Street Clothes or All-Star Game on those, I believe. Yeah, so it's only Street Clothes or All-Star Game on the variations, and it'd be in the middle of the pack. That's one of our base packs. Again, you normally get 2 per box, so yeah. Gotta unstick all the base cards. Here we go. Nice. Kaprizov holographics for the Wild. A little sleeve and top load that one. Not numbered, but just kind of like throwback insert. I would have liked, the other thing I would have liked to see is like a couple more new inserts, like new designs and just like a bit of a refresh type of thing on stuff, or like just a couple little like, you know, push the envelope type inserts where they're different and they don't have to like, you know, it's a good product to test out designs and what people like in. So there's the base cards, and Cole Holtz for the Kings on the Young Guns. I believe he is I want to say a forward, or no, he's a defenseman, right? It says defenseman on the card. So, but yeah. The other thing you'll notice with a lot of the Young Guns is that a decent chunk actually haven't had a game played yet. Shesterkin for the Rangers on the 0506 variation. But yeah, like a lot of the Young Guns, like you'll notice that some of them don't have games played, whereas typically in past seasons they have to have a regular season game played. It looks like the eligibility was just if they were on an NHL taxi squad before their cutoff, which I think was February 12th. Ty Smith for the Devils on the Ultimate Victory rookie. We'll put that here. Yeah. So if you're wondering about like rookie card eligibility for this, because I know there's some confusion over Rathbone since he played, like his first actual NHL game wasn't until end of is end of or start of May, I guess. Nick Robertson for the Leafs on the finite. I like this subset. This subset's really nice. I believe they're numbered to 299. Yeah. Or sorry, 29.99 on those. We'll sleeve that up. I believe I need the thicker top loaders for this. Yeah, they're 40 pointers, so. And base on the rest. Yeah, very similar to Series 1 and Series 2, and a lot of it depends on the actual rookie crop in this product, and yeah. Natchez with the Whalers jersey for the Dazzlers for the Hurricanes. Cool looking card. The one thing that I think is definitely missing from here, this year in particular, is like the OPG and portrait rookies of like Stützle, Kaprizov, because they weren't in Series 2. So, I think we got a numbered card coming up here. Reflections to 100 of Roman Josi for the Predators. 64 of 100. So that's one of the like numbered subsets that you can get. Some little bit of corner damage on the bottom corner there. Nothing major. I mean, it's noticeable, but not like not the worst. Oh, the base card is all stuck together. Yeah, this is going to be a slower break. Again, apologies just because it's got to get all the base cards separated here. Jake Bischoff for the Vegas Golden Knights on the Young Guns. He was actually, with the expansion draft coming up, fun fact about him, he was actually part of an expansion draft trade in which the Vegas Golden Knights took on Grabowski's LTIR contract for him, and also like to protect other players as well. So, French variation of Ryan Murray for the Devils. But yeah, expansion draft coming up next week. I am very much looking forward to that. Should have a bunch of transactions coming in pretty soon here, so hopefully we get some good ones. You know, some cool signings, cool trades. If any happen during the break, feel free to let me know. There we go. That should get us to the hit. Kopitar on the Ultimate Victory for the Kings. Based on the rest. Seeing Chara in a Capitals jersey is always weird. Ooh, different holographics here. I think it's a stars, so the stars are different. Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes. I guess, oh, that's his jersey number in those. Those are very, very retro. Yeah, for the Carolina Hurricanes on that. Not numbered on that one, I don't think either. No, not numbered. Next pack. I think we got an ovation coming up here. McKinnon's also is wearing helmet for his All-Star Game variation. Ty Smith on the Premier Prospects for the Devils. So a couple Ty Smiths. Kyrou had a good season for the Blues this year. Ooh, that's a good one coming up. Our retro young gun, Romanov for the Habs. Nice one there. Get that top loaded in sleeve. So some good stuff in box one. Especially with the Kaprizov is obviously nice. The Romanov, like obviously your main hits in these, you're looking for like the retro variations of the big rookies. So and as many Kalievs and Rathbones and stuff as you can get. So base. Believe this is a base pack, yeah, because McDavid's variation is his black All-Star Game jersey. So, and I'll go back through these, or actually I should be able to pick up all the bases we go along here. So, but again, it's going to take a little bit of time just to get through this, just with all the base being stuck together. So, Yeah. Kalia for the Kings on the holographics. Kalia for the Kings. Again, probably one of the ones you're looking for, or not quite looking for, but you know what I mean, like one of the better ones. Lots of hype there. Was really good in junior, fell in the draft. I know there are a lot of like rumors about why, but yeah. All right. Drew O'Connor for the Penguins on the Young Guns. A little bit of chipping in the top there. Yeah, but again, with the extended series, if you have a Young Gun, you should on average with, I think it's 29 Young Guns in the set. You should on average get, yeah, so there's 30 Young Guns. You know, you should on average get 2 at least per box. So, Reflection Silver of Velarde for the Kings. This is like the base reflections, I believe. Yeah, so not numbered. Next up, I believe there's also, the other big thing with Tampa Bay actually in this set is there's more Day with the Cups, which obviously, you know, really relevant given that they just won the Cup, but what else? There's one other thing that I wanted to look up here. It was the reflections, just because, no, I don't see them. I scrolled past them. Oh, I'll have to find them later. Hillis for the Habs on the Young Guns. And last pack here. Backstrom for the Capitals on the 0506. There's Taylor Hall in a Sabres jersey, which is really weird because that's not even like updated. It's weird because like it is updated, but at the same time it is not updated. So box 1 was like okay, not the worst, not the best. But that's I'd say about an average box, you know, some decent names on the rookie content. Yeah, the Young Guns were kind of on the more quiet side, but yeah. And any questions about hockey, any questions about hockey cards, feel free to ask them in chat. Have some fun with this. This is box. Actually, I'll throw the box out after. I would rip and stack, but the base cards are all stuck together, so it's really hard to do that. There we go. All right. Zibanejad on Ultimate Victory for the Rangers. And one thing I did notice in my box was that a lot of the base cards are pretty, like, the base cards themselves can have some rounded corners. Everything else seems mostly okay, but there we go. Hoglander, this one's got a really dinged corner on the bottom left for the Canucks on the reflections. Pretty creased there, just as a heads up, whoever has the Canucks. Those are nice looking cards. I like the looks of those. They kind of got like an SPA vibe to them. Next up, well, there's one of the bigger Young Guns, Kaliev for the Kings. So again, that's kind of, you're hoping to hit as many Kalievs as you can. I'll just sleeve his as I go along here. Him and Rathbone, I think, are the main two that I'll just sleeve up as we go along. So we can count them kind of at the end of the break. But yeah, those are kind of the main ones that you're looking for. Honestly, like Rathbone is probably going to be bigger in a few years from now, but all right. We got our Retro Young Gun here of Velarde for the Kings. I just love this card design. The 0506 Young Gun set really just stood out well over time. I'll top load and sleeve all of the retros. Actually, we'll put them in a separate pile, just so we can see what ones we got at the end of the break. Actually, and numbered cards. I'm just gonna do some sorting just because if it is your first look, again, it's the first year of this product. We'll do some we'll go a little bit longer, but break it down a little bit more in this break, and then in any future break that we use it, we'll kind of try to speed it up a little bit. So as long as the base cards aren't stinking. Cam Johnson for the Columbus Blue Jackets on the Young Guns. Hey, OJ. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we got some extended today. Hopefully we have a good break. Ben Hutton French variation for the Ducks. I don't think he appeared in a game with the Leafs this year, but did get traded as well at the deadline. So one of those weird ones where did he? I think he might have drawn in. One of those weird ones where it's just like he never played a game, or like he got traded at the deadline, so he's kind of technically on the wrong update team here, but not much that they can probably do there. Carlson for the Capitals on the retro. So far, I mean, this box, we hit the best Young Gun. We hit, and not the best, but not the worst kind of retro. This looks like a base pack here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draisaitl is... What's his variation? Sorry, I just got to scroll up, make sure I'm not missing any of the variations. It's a black jersey. He is in the white jersey, so it's not that. Cool. Based on the rest. We hit so far, the first one was Romanov, the second one was Velarde, so like not the worst, like player wise, like draft position wise good, player wise, if he can kind of live up to what he was doing in the OHL before he got injured, should be solid, but that's going to be a good team, right? So another Kaprizov Holo graphics. So same one as box 1 there. I mean, again, if you're going to hit a second one, you might as well hit the hit Kaprizov. We'll top load and sleeve Kaprizov stuff for now. If those become really, really common, then we won't, but there you go. So Rathbone and Kaliev are together, eh? That's honestly like literally the box you're hoping to hit, because Rathbone is legitimately one of the best Young Guns in this set. So I wish they had, again, a game action photo of him. I will say we did okay in box 1 on getting a mix of game action and headshots, like portraits, but it would be nice to see, just more. Again, the pandemic made it tougher, yes, but it would have been nice to see, like, even just warm-up pictures, because just, like, the plain kind of portrait headshots are not the best looking cards, I would say, especially if they're not the portrait subset. This is the set that I really like. Velarde on the rookie class for the Kings. We didn't get one last box, but got one there. I really like that subset. That's one of my favorites, just because it's got that like old school MVP vibe, where you've got the colors, like the printed on autograph. I really like that set. That set's cool to me. Next up, Cal Foot for the Lightning on the Ultimate Victory rookie. Base on the rest. Yeah, with one more day for the expansion draft roster freeze to go into place, I think tomorrow's probably going to be a busier day. I would say tomorrow's going to be a busier day, at least trade-wise. Ooh! Honestly, probably one of the best clear cuts to hit in this. McDavid for the Oilers. Nice one there. If you're going to hit the clear cut variation, it might as well be McJesus. So, looks like, again, it looks like the same kind of issue that they had with the Young Guns in Series 2, where it's kind of like the actual, like, they have it printed on the wrong side color-wise. Because it looks like just a little faded on that side, but still a nice one. Nice one for the Oilers. Oh, Day with the Cup. Tyler Johnson for the Lightning. There we go. Couple nice hits back to back. Obviously not from their Cup win of last week. Was that last week? Or was that the week before? But still, cool cards. How rare? I think they're probably still the same rarity, I would say, if I had to guess. Oh no, they're unannounced actually, so they're probably still the 1 in 1,000 type packs. So, Joel Hofer for the Blues. So again, in terms of like goalies out of this crop, probably one of the better ones to hit and hold on to. I'm not just saying that just because St. Louis and Binnington, but like just based off their play, he's probably the most likely to do something long term. So I don't know if people are speculating now, but definitely like long term, probably one of the better bets. Scheifele for the Jets on the retro. Next pack. Kevin Ball for the Devils. So like, I guess this is like the one box that you want to hit, because like these are literally the young guns that we've got outside of Johnson. They're like Kaliev, Rathbone, Hofer, and Ball, and those are like, I mean, if you were to ask me at the start of the break, kind of like the 4 or 5 young guns that you'd want, it's kind of those 4, Foot as well as in there. So this seems like a bit of a loaded type crop box here. Velarde for the Kings on the finite, numbered to 2,999. I'll just leave that up and place it in the same pile there. So it's not low enough number to be a jersey number, but next up, that young gun is sticking up quite a bit. Cody Curran for the Ducks on the young guns. Should just be base on the rest. All stuck together. But yeah, the main like all-star players that'll be kind of the most like weirdest ones are like Eric Stahl, Pietrangelo, and Markstrom, because they changed teams. But because like it is the 2020 All-Star game, we go by the team on their actual All-Star jerseys for that type of stuff. So Bowers for the Avs on the rookie class. Again, that just looks like one of my favorite sets. Oh, Stetcher on the Red Wings, that one hurts. I miss him. He's a good player. So I think we have all of our 6 young guns and our retro. We should have a base pack probably soon. Would be my guess at least here. But Ovation's Vet of Matthews for the Leafs. Yeah, I hope for next year, like, they do start focusing on, like, adding a little bit more variety, making it multi-hit per pack. Panarin for the Rangers on the retro, because I think that's one thing that works really well for both Panini and Topps in their update sets. Panini especially does a great job with Chronicles. They make it more so about, like, they make it more so about, like, all the rookies and a bunch of different content that, like, you know, you can find. And they kind of did this, but they didn't go all the way with it in this. So I'd like to see them kind of push that a little bit more. McDavid for the Oilers on the Ultimate Victory 2021 McDavid. Got his 500th career point on February 17th, 2021. Next up. And last pack of the box. So that was honestly like honestly really like for extended, that's probably one of the better boxes. Did we get, yeah, same one again. Kaliev for the Kings on the holographics. We'll put that there. Honestly. So we got the same two. So it looks like Kaprizov and Kaliev go together on the holographic subset. Yeah. So 2 boxes in. Honestly, not horrible. The McDavid clear cut is legitimately one of the better pulls. So, and again, that is if that young gun crop stays consistent throughout the products, because like you should get every 5 boxes you should get, you know, the same crop type of thing, or because it's 30 Young Guns including the checklist. On that note, actually, if we pull 2 checklists, we'll do the same thing where both people get one, because it's Florida and LA. If we pull 3, both people will get one, and one person will get the extra, so we'll just random the 1 off. If we pull 4 somehow, like a variation or something like that, we'll work it out. So, all right, next box. Yeah, that honestly, like, that's the best Young Gun crop in the product, I believe, for the boxes. So, because what was mine? Mine was, I think I had Handemark, Foot, I forget who else in there, but I think do we have a, I don't think any of these are variations. I don't think so. Right. Let me just double check. Sorry, I got to scroll up and figure out the find the base variations. Dubois is in a polo, so no, this isn't. There's no variations in this. This is just a base pack. Unless the All-Star game, the hurdles at one. I'll look up the hurdle just because there are some variations and it was kind of a middle card, so I'll look up that one after, but the rest are not a base variation. I don't think it is one because he's just not quite a big enough name, but we'll see. We got a gold holographics. I believe these are numbered to... No, no numbering? Okay, they aren't numbered. I thought these were numbered. Holographics, gold... Okay, they're not numbered, but 1 in 60. So Ian Mitchell for Chicago. We'll put that in that pile, sure. Next up. Ingham for the Kings on the Young Guns. And we'll top load and sleeve all the Young Guns. There are definitely some that probably won't ever see NHL action in this set. But you never know, especially with the goalies. I mean, all it takes is like one hot streak at the right time type of thing. So, Reflections of Crosby for the Penguins. I'll sleeve that one up just because it's Crosby. That one doesn't have the ding that the Höglander did. Next up, Reese Johnson for Chicago on the Young Guns. Nice to get at least like a warm-up shot. Fairby for the Flyers on the 0506. Base on the rest. Okay, so Cam Johnson for the Blue Jackets. So it looks like the Young Guns might be just more scattered, which is fine. You know, it's a smaller Young Gun set, so that makes sense if they're a little bit more sporadic, but we'll see. See if they stick together in cropping. I didn't really pay too much attention when I was watching, so watching and opening up. Sharon Govich for the Devils on the rookie class. Again, those are legitimately, I think, some of the nicest cards in the set. The rookie classes look really nice, so. Not Stetcher again. There's a card that's really chewed up here. That is going to be the hit, isn't it? Yep. Peyton Krebs is... I can't tell if this is like a gold variation or... Just no, that's just the regular color. It's just the Golden Knights. The side of this is like kind of messed up and the corner's really dinged on that as a heads up. Next pack. McMichael for the Washington Capitals on the Retro Young Gun. Not a bad one. And hasn't played yet, but definitely could be one to keep your eye on long term. So definitely has some talent. Card seems small for some reason. Like, I don't know, it just slid into the top loader really easily in the sleeve. Unless the top loaders are just like slightly thicker. Could be the case too. So next pack. All right. Ultimate Victory of Matthews for the Leafs. I'd say those are up there for like my least favorite cards in the set. The Sebastian Aho one, again, not my favorite card. So Ty Smith for the Devils on the holographics. So we have a new holographics set here. Probably no Kaprizov and Kaliev again. I think it was the holographics Sebastian Aho that was, yeah. Didn't really care for that design. Doesn't look great, but ooh, this seems solid. Yeah, laugh on the rookie class for the Rangers. A little bit of a soft corner, but nothing horrible. So we'll top load and sleeve the laugh. Again, I really like the look of these cards. They're very clean, and like even with the portrait shot, they look okay. So if they're gonna do portrait shot stuff, I wish they did more stuff kind of like that, where they added other elements to the card to make it look cool, whereas rather than have the whole card just purely focused on the image like some of the game guns are, right? So Patrick Kane on the Ovation for Chicago. Double retro Young Gun box. I mean, we'll take it. Vanecek for the Capitals. So Capitals, you hit 2 retro Young Guns in the same box. No complaints here. Because, like, I mean, again, you're only supposed to get 1 per box, so if you're beating the averages, that's generally a good thing. Mikko Lehtonen for the Leafs on the Young Guns. He has since played for Columbus. K'Andre Miller for the Rangers. This one's got a ding corner on the bottom left on the holographics. I'll try to call them out as much as I can, but there's definitely some corner issues on these, so. Next pack. Handemark for the Sharks. So this was the Young Guns I think that I kind of got in my box. I got Handemark. I think I got Lehtonen. Honestly, Mikko Lehtonen, I had higher hopes for than what he panned out to be. Thought he was going to be solid, but ended up not being the best. There's our first Young Gun checklist coming up here. Young Gun checklist for, it'll be a random. So we should, in theory, get 2. And if we don't get 2, we will, whatchamacallit, or if we get 2, both teams will get 1. If we get, I'm just going to stick that card to the side. If we get 3, then we'll random it off, just so that way both 2 people, or 1 person will get 1, and another person that wins the random will get 2 type of thing. If we hit a variation, then we'll put that in there, but yeah. Gaudreau on the finite for the Flames. And same thing, number to the 299. I'm just going to stack them here. So again, if we get shorted, like say in another box we get 1 less of the retro Young Guns, and it was just because we had an extra one in this box. Zach Whitecloud for the Vegas Golden Knights on the clear cut base. Dylan Cousins on the rookie class for Buffalo. Can really like that. That by far is my favorite like subset of this product. It's not close either. Ultimate Victory of Soderstrom for the Coyotes. I feel like we haven't had a base pack, so we might have just gotten an extra hit, which is nice. No French variation though, I don't think. So I'll have to double check through all the base again. This one, I don't feel like we didn't get a base pack. Tavares for the Leafs on the retro. I feel like we didn't get a base pack in this box. So we got a couple extra cards, I believe, but no French variation, so just double check. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here, because I don't believe we got... Did we get it? Actually, I should check through this pile first before going through it. No, because we started with that. And our last one was Hudden, which was the last box, so I don't think we hit a French variation. So in an upcoming box, we'll probably have like 2 French variations instead of a French variation and retro Young Gun. Sometimes that happens. And not the biggest card to miss out on. We had a clear cut, which I think you'd take instead of the French variation. So not in there. Not in there. It would have been in that first pack, I guess. Because that was our base pack. All-Star, Oilers, All-Stars. Not there. So I think we just didn't get one there. How many, did we get in? I actually don't remember all the Young Guns we got in that box. That box felt weird though. Like it did kind of feel weird just in terms of like the contents we got. Cause we got, was Curran last box or this box? Cause I think we got 5 Young Guns and then we got 2 retros. So, I mean, I'll take that. I think that's what happened at least. I'll take that over 6 Young Guns from this set, so... Alright. And sorry, it's a bit of a slower break process today. The cards are all stuck together, kind of getting through it for the first time, so... Just gonna make sure that we get everything right, make sure we're not missing any like weird variations or something like that, so... As much as I open one box beforehand with a product with as big of a checklist as this, you kind of have to open up multiple boxes to get the feel for it. So here we go. This is 815 on the box number with 003. French variation of Mayfield for the Islanders. So there we go. We got our French variation in this box already in the first pack. Sorokin for the Islanders on the Ultimate Victory. And I got something weird here. It's a die cut, so these are one of the UD3s, I think is what they're called. Yeah, UD3 of Mitch Marner for the Leafs. These are cool. I like these. Number 2, numbered 68 of 1,000. And these cards are going to have some chipping issues because they're die cuts and they're on again, they're on like a black bordered card back, so, but cool card. Again, numbered to 1,000, so there, you'll see a lot of them probably, but put that there. Actually, put that above it. There we go. Reese Johnson for Chicago on the Young Guns. No, it's not the variation. I do wish they brought back their pack materials from last year. These just they feel just rougher. Okay, there we go. Thomas Harley for the Stars on the Retro Young Guns. I will say it's kind of weird that like Jason Robertson's not on the Retro Young Gun checklist. At least he wasn't last when I checked. Given that like he was doing really well and some of the other names on there, like I'd have him over Harley every day of the week, right? Unless he already has one somewhere else, but I don't think he does. So Mikko Lehtonen for the Leafs. Holographics Gold of Robertson for the Leafs. Corner-wise, a little bit of a soft corner, but nothing horrible. We'll put that in a sleeve. I'll look up stuff after, but like the gold of like a bigger rookie, I think will sleeve. The big rookies will probably sleeve as we go along. So there we go. Ingham for the Kings. And the Kings are like legitimately one of the top teams in this just because of the amount of Young Guns you'll get. You'll get a lot of Young Guns. They'll be similar. Same with San Jose. San Jose's been quiet, but they'll be similar to what whatchamacallit was. Chicago was in Series 2. DiPietro for the Canucks on the rookie class. Base. Larkin for the Red Wings on the Ultimate Victory. UD 0506 Tribute with Heiskanen for the Stars. I believe a base pack here. Yeah, that looks base. I believe this is all base. Yeah, there's no image variation here, so. There's a base pack, so I believe that is 2 base packs for this box. Shimilevsky, honestly, probably one of the better Young Guns for the Sharks. Duclair just signed a new contract today. I don't know why I'm sleeving him, but we'll just sleeve that one. Probably won't sleeve the rest, but solid pick, I'd say. Like, compared to the rest of the checklist, like, probably has a better chance of, succeeding, so. McKinnon for the Avs on the Finite. Numbered 903 of 22,999. We got a clear cut coming up again, I think. Cal Clutterbuck for the Islanders, so third clear cut base and not as many boxes. Maybe they're just all on this one side here, but... Next up. There we go. Keandre Miller. Soft bottom, not cleanly cut there for the Rangers on the rookie class. Peyton Krebs for Vegas on the Ultimate Victory. Yeah. Next pack. Gensel for the Penguins on the Retro, the 0506 variation. I felt like the position font was like foiled in 0506, but I'm not sure. Shabbat for the Senators. Or at least it was like darker, because the white on white and like gray is really hard to see. Ooh. That's a lot of fire trucks. Next pack. It's not a variation. Draisaitl for the Oilers. Where's Eichel gonna go? What team's he going to? Holographics, I think, is that just team color in the back? I think it is. Yeah, it is. So Sorokin for the Islanders on that. Corners look okay. Next pack. I think we got an ovation coming up. Yep. Makar for the Avalanche. Oh, we got an Easter egg card coming up. Sorokin on the 0203 Young Gun Flashback. These are Easter eggs, so cool stuff. I don't know if this one's actually... Yeah, it is on the checklist, so... Not a bad one to get. We'll put that one in the... give it its own little pile there. So, again, kind of just sorting stuff out, seeing how it product breaks down. So everyone kind of gets a good feel on it, but yeah. No Logan Stanley Young Guns yet. Got in for the Flames. So, I mean, not horrible for that box. Because you got the really rare Young Gun with Sorokin. But, we'll see. Get the base tucked away here. Alright, I'm just going to lower my desk and sit down for the next few. Give me 1 second. You're just going to hear a lot of desk noise here just because got a standing desk. Alright, and I'm just going to have a quick sip of water. We'll throw up the team viewer for a couple seconds, but yeah. How many Young Guns did we get in that box? Did we get 5 and then the 2... 5 and then the 2 retros? I believe is what we got. We started, I think is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have started with... No, I don't think we started with Lehkonen. We either got... I think we got 4. And then... Oh yeah, 5, 6, 7. So it seems like sometimes you can only get 5 Young Guns, but then you get 2 of the variations. Which again, I am okay with that. There's less Young Guns in the set, so making them a little bit rarer does make sense. Having the other stuff fill in is good. and it just increases kind of the variety of the product and increases the value because you're not reliant on the rookie debuts as much. I think that was the biggest problem with the product, is that they had this strict rookie cutoff, and that kind of is holding back the product. Because again, like, if you at least have like Zegras in here, and Colton, couple other debuts, like, it'll be a lot better. And obviously it's tough in a pandemic year, but you know what I mean? All right, here we go. Starting off with Rask for the Bruins on the 0506 variation. Another player who's almost been in the league long enough to have an 0506 card, but he was an 06. Was he 06, 07, or 07? I think it might have been 07, 08. Here's one or the other. All right, here's our second extended series Young Guns checklist. So 1 to each person right now. 1 for the Panthers, 1 for the Kings. And on average, with 30 cards, or 30, so it's every 5 boxes, you should get same math, right? 1.5-ish per. Heiskanen for the Stars on the finite, numbered 2742 out of 20,000 or 2,999. On cards like that are that high number, let me know what you'd rather, if you'd like, I'd be curious to hear other people's thoughts, if you'd rather see them not numbered or numbered at like that level. Grubauer for the Avs on the Dazzlers. Because like, I see the merits to both. I think like after 1,000 you start to lose a little bit of value on numbering, but like it definitely, at least you know that that's how many there are out there. I believe this is a base pack. Yes, that is a base pack. Coronar for the Sharks on the Young Guns. That's 1, right? Yeah, that's 1 for this box. Cam Johnson for the Blue Jackets. Third time pulling him. 2 for this box. Next up, Stützle for the rookie class for the Senators. And one of the better ones to get, so top load and sleeve that one. Corners look okay on it too, which is nice. And favorite cards, like honestly favorite cards of the set. Especially like if they had that foil in the background, like just that blue foil on like a Young Gun or something, it just looks so cool. It would have been nice to see them do like the foil Young Guns in here as well. Kaprizov on the Ovation for the Wild. Again, same thing on this one. The edges, if you notice them, like just kind of because they have like the little textured paper in them, it can be a little bit weird, but I think that's kind of the design of the card, so not numbered, but just gold. I think the gold is just the regular prospect, so. But it looks like you get about one rookie Ovation per box and sometimes a vet base. Next up, Sagan for the Stars on the retro. And the news about Shea Weber kind of sucks. If you haven't heard, he's been battling like a really bad foot injury for a few years and might actually be the end of his career just because of how bad it is. Miller for the Rangers. Harley for the Stars on the holographics. Again, a little bit of a soft corner on that one. Those ones are pretty common to have softer corners. Eichel for the Sabres on the Ultimate Victory. Eichel for the Sabres on the Ultimate Victory. Reflections of Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes. That one looked okay. No real, like the bottom's got some chipping on it, but nothing like the Höglander was. The Höglander had a nice big chunk on it. So nice to see that not be super common. I believe base pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I believe that is a base pack. None of these guys have base variations, so there we go. Cal Foot for the Lightning on the retro. So I believe this is the third Young Gun first retro of the box. Right, yeah. Third Young Gun first retro of the box. So we should have a lot of Young Guns left here. Should have 3. Well, here comes another one. I think this is... Nope, this is Connor Mackey for the Calgary Flames. And probably one of the better ones. Just because, you know, he played games towards the end. And so there'll be a little bit of recency bias with him at least. Like, he actually played in NHL games, which is good. So... French variation of Gambrel for the Sharks. I thought we hit a French variation in this box already. I think we did. So this might be one where we get like one less Young Gun, but we got the extra Young Gun in the other box. I don't know. Don't really know. Haven't got a good feel for the product yet. This is weird seeing the Golden Knights on the retro. On the 0506, but Mark Stone for Vegas. Kevin Ball for the Devils on the Young Guns. So that's 5 now, right? 1. That's 4 and a retro. So we should have 2 regulars in theory left. In theory, something different coming up here. Holographics of Eichel for the Sabres. I'm just going to stick this card to the side. Just want to take a picture of it after. So Eichel for the Sabres on the holographics. I don't like the look of those cards. Those ones don't look good. Just my opinion, obviously. But Rathbone for the Canucks. So hitting some of the good ones here. That brings us up to 5. I think, yeah, because a coroner, so that brings us up to 5. So we should have one more Young Gun left. Whether it's some sort of variation or a regular Young Gun, we should have 1 left. I believe at least. Zamula for the Flyers. So this one doesn't have his, I guess they don't have his autograph, so, or they don't have like the facsimile, I think is how you pronounce it, signature, so. Not there. No, I think we don't have. I don't think we got the right amount of Young Guns in this. But Kaliev for the Kings. So unless I'm missing something, we only got. So we got Ball, Rathbone, Mackey, Godin. Or no, Mackey, Johnson, Coroner. So I think we might be down a Young Gun. I'll have to count them after and watch the break after. So I'll make sure that. I didn't miss any. Oh no, we got the checklist, right? We got the checklist. That's where I'm missing one. Duh. We got the checklist in that one. Alright. And on to box 6. Again, apologies, it's a bit of a slower break today. It's just kind of cards all stuck together. Trying to figure out what's what. Not a very it's a product that's really hard to get into a rhythm with breaking. Series 1 and Series 2 you kind of do. This one, just with like all the different stuff and the cards being stuck together, it's really hard to get like that good rhythm where it's packs are open and then like you can just go through them. But all the base cards being stuck together are kind of tough. 09 and 75 on that. Push the garbage can down. There we go. Here we go. Next box. Reflections of Soderstrom for the Yotes. Corners look okay on that one. Soderstrom for the Yotes on the reflections. I like those cards. Those are nice. Actually, we'll move the rookies to the Young Gun pile for that. Strand for the Kings on the Young Guns. So we're at 1 Young Gun. Jack Hughes for the Devils on the 0506 retro variation. Fun fact, that's not the first 0506 tribute card Jack Hughes has. He has a tribute Young Gun that was e-pack exclusive. I believe base pack. I don't believe the O'Reilly is a variation. Yeah, this is a base pack. Next up, retro Young Gun, Dylan Cousins for the Sabres. That's the one that I got in my box. So solid one to get. Right corner's a little bit on the soft side, so there we go. Next pack, McKinnon for the Avalanche on the Ultimate Victory. That pack was nice to rip through. Rantanen for the Avs on the retro. Maltsev for the Devils, not horrible. A little bit of rough corners on that one. Not horrible. Could do worse than him for sure. He actually might end up being one of the better Young Guns now that I think about it. But ooh, we have a finite variation. What to 299 Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes. So that's a little bit rare. A little bit rare. We will stick that one in this one because it's a variation. I think that's where we'll put it. Just so I can like kind of break it down. What exactly are those called? I believe they are Radiants. Yeah, they're the Radiants. So Radiants are $2.99. Spectrum is $99 on those. Taylor Hall for the Sabres on the clear cut. I'm going to need to grab another pack of sleeves here just because I'm sleeving more stuff than what I normally would in a Series 1 or Series 2 case. Grab that after this box because this box is a halfway point. Grab some water. Next up, Liljegren for the Leafs on the holographics. Kaprizov on the Ultimate Victory rookie for the Wild. As with all the added rookie content, yeah, it makes sense that I'm going through a few more sleeves than normal. Something different here. Kurashev on the gold Holographics for Chicago. So we're at, what, so far just the 2 Young Guns in the retro. So we should have 4 Young Guns left in this box. And there's the Heponiemi for the Panthers. It honestly almost look like just the photo looks like it's wants to be clear cut. Honestly, again, probably one of the better ones to get just based off his junior track record, but you know, hopefully that translates at the NHL level for him. Hakanapää for the Ducks on the rookie class. Marchand for the Bruins on the Ovation. Next up, we've got... Ooh, nice! Stützle Pink Dazzlers for the Senators. The photo looks really miscolored. Like, the photo looks kind of like it's got a pink hue to it type of thing. Stützle on the Pink Dazzlers for the Senators. So, like, honestly, one of the best Dazzlers to get. Next up, Pettersson for the Canucks on the Ultimate Victory. And I know there's probably some teams that are a little weaker in this. I will make sure that no team is shut out in this. So if you don't get anything, you will definitely like at least get an overtime pack headed your way. Höglander for the Canucks on the Ultimate Victory rookie. Just because the worst feeling in a break is getting shut out, and want to avoid that. So we only have the 2 Young Guns so far. Ooh, we got something different here. Pros and prospects of Marner for the Leafs to 1,000. So second Marner card number to 1,000 in the break. Kind of funny how that works out. Number 347. What was the other one? The other one was 68. I think only the 2. So no, 3 Young Guns so far in the Cousins. So we should have 3 Young Guns in the last 4 packs here. And it seemed like it was kind of back end heavy the last box. So Callum Booth for the Bruins. Ian Mitchell for Chicago on the retro. So we probably will have, because we got a Cousins already, we'll probably have a bonus retro instead of an extra Young Gun, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5, 6. We'll have probably 1 regular Young Gun left, would be my guess. And something else, either base pack or random insert. Hayden Verbeek for the Habs on the Young Guns. Don't believe he's in the Habs organization anymore. And French variation of Sprong for the Washington Capitals. So I'm just going to go move the base. Honestly, Mark, Winnipeg hasn't hit their Young Gun yet. You haven't hit Logan Stanley yet, and we're halfway through, and that's really odd. But no, I don't think any Sweet Winnipeg hits yet. Like, it's honestly like the best hits right now are the McDavid Clear Cut, there's Sorokin 0203 Young Gun, the Tyler Johnson Day with the Cup. Those are, I think, the top hits right now. So. I'm just grabbing some more card sleeves. Yeah, it's been weird. We've hit like 3 Cameron Johnsons so far for Columbus. They're I think he actually served. He was one of the ones that actually served as a backup for a game, but didn't get game action type of thing. So like at least he served up as a backup, because some of these goalies have not even served up as a backup. So, but yeah, like we should. This box is look at that. Let's lift it up. The shrink wrap is all warped because of it. But yeah, it's been extended. So 41 and 55. I just think the packs got misplaced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Yeah. All right. I messed up how I placed them. There we go. That's better. I think that's better. 755041. Yeah, I think like there's definitely. I know it's the first iteration into the pandemic, but there's definitely like improvements to be made for this. Bischoff for Vegas on the Young Gun, so we're already at 1 Young Gun. Definitely like next year, I hope they look at this product and like they still like. I hope they keep it. Bellows for the Islanders on the rookie class, because like again, it is needed. I just hope they look at kind of like what Chronicles does, what Topps does, and take pages out of their books and just kind of make it a little bit more robust, make the packs like not just 1 hit per pack, but like you get a couple. Stützle on the Ovation for the Senators, and same thing, the edges are kind of like that weird little true up, and just kind of push it a little bit, like, you know, this year is especially tough. Like the All-Star Game base is one of those weird ones because like there wasn't an All-Star Game this year, and there's All-Star Game base in SPA last year as the update. So it's just like, it's just weird because it's over a year later, and it's not like, oh, nice. For the Rangers, not quite the right Ranger, but still a good one. Young Gun exclusives of K'Andre Miller on the retro to 100. I mean, if you're gonna hit a Young Gun exclusives, you hope it's in the retro set. Or it's Kaliev. A little bit of a soft right corner on that one, by the way. But hey, that's one of our better pulls. But yeah, like there's definitely some tweaks that they need to do, and I want to see them push design-wise on stuff. You know, a lot of the product is like kind of old designs, which is cool. But it would be nice to see a little bit more like original stuff. Lankinen for Chicago, like the Ultimate Victory and stuff is kind of like, it's all based on previous products, and it would be nice to see them do like a little bit more original stuff in this. So, McMichael for the Capitals. Because again, like the product is so heavily weighted, right? Like right now, it's just so dependent on that rookie, like the rookie debuts. And like, you need to find a way to kind of like not rely on that as much. But Lettinen for the Leafs. That's the 3rd Lettinen for the Leafs. And like again, obviously tough given the pandemic and everything, but you know. All right, French variation of Slavin for the Hurricanes. Again, All-Star Game card. He's not like he's changed teams, but say that was Markstrom, that would go to the Canucks because he's a Canuck in that actual specific All-Star Game. So just a little bit of like weird quirks to the product given pandemic and everything. Hey, we hit a good Young Gun variation. I'm happy with that. Ooh, Laugh on the Ultimate Victory. There we go. Laugh Ultimate Victory for the Rangers. But that's where products like this should really shine, is through all the subsets, all the like additional little rookies, kind of like how Series 2 used to be back in like 2011, 2012, where you know you'd have MVP rookie updates, OPG, Victory, like you'd have all those subsets in here. I like the like older Victory design better than this, but you know, it'd be nice to kind of see that. McMichael for the Capitals. And, you know, multiple, like, kind of 2 hits per pack type thing, you know, where you get, like, a rookie portrait or an OPG rookie or something like that, or, like, a Victory rookie and then something else, or, like, a Victory update base. You know, just bring a little bit more value in through that way. Line for Columbus on the Ovation. Because, again, like, I think the biggest problem with update products, and it will always be a problem with update products, Dellandrea for the Stars on the retro Young Guns. is that they tend to end up just coming down to who makes the cutoff for the rookie checklist. And like when your rookie checklist is not good, the entire product suffers. And so like finding a way to mitigate that, I think, is the biggest thing for this product long term. We got something different here. Oh no, it's just a finite that's kind of warped a little bit. But Hughes for the Devils. This one's a little bit bent out of shape to $2.99. So again, like I like the finite subset. I like the rookie class stuff. Those look fine, and would like to see them push it a little bit more, type of thing. But Logan Couture for the Sharks on the Dazzlers. Next pack. Oh, we have a Winnipeg Jets hit. Logan Stanley for the Jets. That's the first Jets. That is, did he just sign Stanley for his autograph? That actually is a pretty boss move. So, yeah, I respect that. Just sign the last name. I legitimately think that might be the first Jets card we've got. We've hit like a Scheifele retro, I think. I think we have another McDavid, 2021 McDavid, I think. No, first hat trick, scored the first goal of a hat trick with just 1 second left in the first period of a 5-2 home win over Vancouver. So a little bit of a soft corner on this one, but 2021 McDavid, since he had just one of the most insane years, they kind of rightfully predicted that that would happen. So lots of good McDavid moments from this season. Until you get to the playoffs, but those things happen when your team's not super deep. So Larkin for the Red Wings on the base variation, or the base tribute, 0506 tribute base. Cole Holtz for LA on the Young Guns. That's our third? Yeah, that's our third Young Gun with the Dellandrea for the retro. Base pack, I believe. Yes. Straight up base pack, because that's the same as the other checklist that's out there. So, base pack. Liljegren for the Leafs on the holographics. How big is that checklist? It feels like it's bigger. Oh, it's 20. Okay, so 2 per box at 20. So you will get double up. It's just weird hitting double ups as frequently as we have. So we should have the last like three out of 4 packs. There always seem to be Young Guns. So we should have a good Young Gun spree here. Ingham for the Kings. So that is our 4th Young Gun of the box. Pros and prospects. Miller for the Rangers, numbered 637 out of 1,000. So a little bit of a rarer card there. And I like that they have numbered cards in this, like just different stuff to hit. Those look really cool. I like the design of those. Again, they're retro, but they're kind of like, they still work modern-wise type of thing. So this should be a Young Gun, I believe. Yeah, Reese Johnson. I think that's our 3rd one of him. That puts us at 5 plus 1. So this last one should be a Young Gun. This last pack should have a Young Gun of some sort in it. Would be my guess. I could be wrong. I am wrong. Doughty for the Kings. Did we get all of our Young Guns? I thought we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because, yeah, I think Bischoff and then Dellandrea. Did we get the Mitchell in this one? No, we got it in that. Yeah, not missing one. So, oh, no, we got the Keandre Miller in this one. So I guess the exclusives would count in that slot, I guess. So, and apologies, still trying to figure out the product and like kind of how it works and stuff like that. So is a new product, like brand new. It's a lot to learn in. All right. I just bumped the camera, didn't I? There we go. Box number 8. Here, we'll put the team viewer up while we get the packs up, or the packs out. 437, 236. All right, here we go. We got one of those UD3s coming up here. Hellebuck. Hey, there's a rare Jets hit. Hellebuck for the Jets on the UD3, numbered 622 of 1,000. So, second one of those. Try to get it in the sleeve. These are really tough to get into the sleeve. There we go. Yeah, number to 1,000. Here, we'll move these two over there. This one there. There we go. No Logan Stanley Young Gun yet. Trying to think what other Young Guns we haven't hit yet. Have we hit? We haven't hit a Kodorenko. We've hit Zub. We haven't hit Diorio. Or Bunting. Bunting's actually probably one of the best ones too. Well, speaking of Kodorenko for the Rangers on the Young Guns. And Stanley, Kodorenko. Well, we just hit him, so we'll probably hit Stanley in this box. Diorio and Bunting are kind of the 4 that we're looking out for here. Bertuzzi for the Red Wings. Right. Yes. Base pack. Yes, base pack. Yep. That's honestly one of the best French variations. Rathbone for the Canucks. So that's our first French variation. I wonder if is it still 2 per on average? Yeah, it should still be 2 per, so we should still have another French variation coming, but put that there. Again, legitimately speaking, one of the best French Young Guns to hit. So. Puis Suter for Chicago. That's got a really ding corner on it. On the Ultimate Victory rookie. So we'll see if that counts as an extra Young Gun. Barkov for the Panthers. Heponiemi for the Panthers. Second time hitting him. I like, it'd be really weird with the 30 Young Gun checklist to not get one of them. Like, that'd be really weird. Stone for Vegas on the finite, numbered 2745 of 2999. Next up, we got a Dazzlers of Doughty for the Kings. Got Some green on the back here might be a good sign. Hoglander for the Canucks on the holographics. Corner's a little bit on the soft, but not horrible. Ultimate victory of McDavid for the Oilers. It's McDavid. Let's sleeve him. Some of his like just canvas stuff is like going up in value, so we're sleeving at this point. I think we got another finite here. Yep, Barzell for the Islanders. A little bit of chipping on that, but 2999 or 299 out of 29999. So somewhat eBay 101. You're at like the 10% cutoff or whatever. Ooh, clear cut young gun. Well, that's legitimately one of the best clear cut young guns to hit. Kaliev for the Kings. I mean, if you're gonna hit one, you want it to be him. So there we go. Good one there. I believe this is a base pack. That's a base pack. Of how we have as many Young Gun parallels like over halfway through a box as we do like base Young Guns from this box, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. Kind of wild. Hofer for the Blues. I'm just going to stick that in the regular pile for now. But again, solid one to get. That's weird too because they were all together in that like second box. Like honestly, this has been like legitimately one of the best Young Gun boxes you could get, like with the base Young Guns. Kaliev clear cut, Rathbone French, Couture for the Sharks on the UD 0506, Hofer Heponiemi, McDavid for the Oilers on the. I think this is the from his. I don't think it's an actual photo from that. It might be, but from his coast-to-coast goal, I believe, against Toronto on January 30th. So you should end up with, I believe 4 of those, right? Because they're 1 in 80. So it should be close to 4. Fleury for Vegas on the Ovation. Fleury would be one of the few players that actually has a regular Ovation card. Because he was around back when that was a thing. Young Guns Retro of Lankinen for Chicago. Not bad. At the end of the break, I'll stop the recording, but we'll count all the Young Guns that we got, all the different stuff, because I got it sorted out. Might as well go through that, right? So, Strand for the Kings. That's got like foil or something on the middle of it right there. So, just as a heads up. Foil Young Gun. Technically. Something different here? Nope. Holographics of Mitchell for Chicago. I believe we've pulled his gold, but not his regular. Okay, another Young Gun. Curran for Anaheim. Still missing like 3 of the Young Guns from the set, which is bizarre. And last pack. Joseph for the Penguins. Oop, the base is all falling over. Hang on 1 second. There we go. We had a base spill. Joseph for the Penguins. So how many Young Guns was that? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually got like a bonus 1. I guess it's 5 and then 1's the variation type of thing. I'm not. What does it say again? Yeah, it's 6 Young Guns. it should be 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It should be technically 6 Young Guns and then 1 retro is what I believe was stated, but when you get like a retro, a clear cut, and a French, like, I don't know. Don't know how they count all of that, but you know. All right, let's get the Stanley already. It's box 10? Yeah, box 10. So this is gonna be a long upload. And apologies, trying to get through this as fast as I can, while still like going through making sure everything's good. 356 and 0 to 2 on the box numbers. And if you're wondering just why I'm reading out the box numbers, I know a couple people in one of the breaks yesterday said that they had a box that they got shorted a Young Gun on type of thing, and there was like one of the white filler cards that we had for our box fillers. So it's a band for the Rangers, so just kind of double checking, making sure I have all the ducks in a row in case something like that happens. But hopefully it doesn't. But again, it would rather be safe than sorry there. I see the number 8, Ovechkin on the holographics for the Capitals. Oh. That's a... Yeah. I don't know. Those are not my favorite inserts. Not a fan of those ones. The rookies are okay. The vets are... and not my favorite. Kaliev for the Kings on the Ovation rookie. Crosby on the 0506. We'll sleeve that one up. A little bit of a soft corner, but 0506 Crosby. I mean, hey, if you hit an 0506 Crosby in 0506, you're looking at a 4-figure card. So, you know, close, right? There we go. Bunting for the Yotes. Honestly, again, I'll sleeve that one because he is one of the better ones. So. Is that Young Gun 1? I believe that's Young Gun 1, yeah. It took a while to get Young Gun 1 in the box, but... Kurashev on the rookie finite, 299 is like 1807 or something like that. No significance on the jersey number, so no need to worry about it. So hopefully we get the Logan Stanley here, because we haven't hit him yet. And we hadn't hit a Bunting until this point. So Dellandrea for the Stars on the Ultimate Victory. It just seems like they didn't print Jason Robertson in a lot of the subsets. Wrong one. Yeah, he's in the autograph, the rookie class. That's it. Yeah, that's a weird one to kind of omit. Because he is pretty good. Carey Price on the UD3. 2/1000, number 489 of 1,000 for the Habs. And I don't mind these cards. These cards are, like, they're different at least, right? They're kind of like old school, but they're at least different from what like you'd normally expect in a box. And that's what I like about products like this, is that you can do different things in them. Like, you don't have to make an entire set of the die cuts. You don't have to, you know, do that. You can push the envelope a lot. And they did a lot of stuff, but it's just a lot of like kind of what we've seen before. And it'd be nice to see them push that a little bit more. Jake Bischoff, I think that's number 3 or number 4 of him. So actually, after the break, I might go through the Young Guns and just see how many of each we hit as well. So stick around for that on Twitch if you want to see it. But yeah, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a left wing. That's a Ranger. That's a laugh on the Retro Young Gun. So there we go. Rangers. I mean, Rangers had a heck of a break. Just with 2 cards, really. The Keandre Miller Retro and then the Laugh Retro. That goes. That's a recap hit. We can put that one over there. It's a nice card there. That's Young Gun 3 for the box. Ooh, oh, do we have? I see an L. I see a Logan Stanley. There we go. First Logan Stanley. Really have to sweat out there. We'll sleeve him up because he is kind of, again, one of the better ones. Come on, last card stuck there. Unstuck. There we go. French variation of Joseph for the Lightning. Ultimate Victory of Horvat for the Canucks. Van Riemsdyk for the Flyers. On the UDO 506 tribute. Oh no, this is box, sorry, this is box 9. We still have 3 more after this left. Drew O'Connor for the Penguins. I don't know why I thought this is box 10. This is box 9. This is Banjad for the Rangers on the 0506. So that is our 4th Young Gun. Yeah, because we start off with Bischoff. Base pack, I believe. Yep, base pack. None of those guys have variations, so. Cal Foot for the Lightning on the holographics. That's using the retro jersey. Again, corners aren't the best on that, but. I mean, it's extended. So we've had some nice stuff. We hit the Kaliev Clear Cut, the Rathbone French, the Sorokin 0203 variation, the Laugh Retro 0506, and then the Keandre Miller Retro exclusives. McDavid Clear Cut base, which is nice. Cal Foot for the Lightning on the Ultimate Victory. But yeah, overall it's kind of okay. Like, we've hit some good stuff, hit some, you know, for extended, I think we're doing kind of above average, I would say, but there we go. That's all base. And then Suter for the Chicago Blackhawks. So, yeah, like it's fine. So. Godin for the Flames on the Young Guns. So, I believe there are 9 or 10 spots left in that one. That one, I do like that break better than this break overall. Like, just content-wise, because you get all of the Young Guns. So, if your team has rookies, it is, you know, a little bit better. But Patrick Kane on the Finite for Chicago, a little bit rough around the edges. 1,023 out of 2,999. But yeah, tomorrow I think is either 9 or 10 left. I don't 100% remember. So. Kaliev on the Dazzlers for the Kings. But yeah, for extended, I think we're doing pretty well. So. Dylan Cousins on the Ultimate Victory to finish things off. So, How many young guns did we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the laugh is 6. So, I don't know, it feels like... It's weird interpreting the cell sheet because it feels like it should be 6 base and then like an extra. But, no, not right now. We had a lot of issues with that, that system just with like people double buying spots. So especially in football and basketball are really bad for that. And hockey, it happened a couple of times. So for right now, we just kind of went to the simple, just add the spot to your cart. It's cut down on that issue pretty much. Had like one instance of it, and that was like a really, really weird situation. So, but outside of that, it's been a lot better. So we haven't had to do that. And for the most part, feedback on it has been like people just kind of like it because then you don't go to purchase your spot. Like, I get both sides of it. You don't get to go to purchase your spot, and then, you know, that spot's gone and you got to go pick another one. 925 and 750. But we are looking at bringing in a similar system just so we can do pick your teams and stuff like that again in the future, because kind of once the craziness slows down, you can kind of start doing that stuff a little bit more. So, are we missing any young guns? I feel like we've hit them all except for Diorio. Hennemark for the Sharks. Because, yeah, we've hit Kaliev twice, I believe, and a clear cut. We've hit Hofer a couple times. We've hit Stanley now. Booth we've hit. Hills we've hit. Ingham we've hit. Mackey we've hit. Curran we've hit once or twice. Kodorenko for the Rangers we've hit. Zub we've hit. Hennemark we've hit a couple times. Johnson we've hit 3 times. Yeah, I feel like it's just that one left. Oh, French variation of Pacioretty for Vegas on the All-Star game. I think it's just him that's left. So we should, and like, you should in theory get like 2.5 of each young gun per case here. What do we got here? I think we got another one of those McDavid Ultimate Victories. Yep. 4 points, including a hat trick in a 5-2 win over Vancouver on January 14th. Rookie class of Höglander for the Canucks. That's a weird looking photo. I don't know, something just seems weird about that photo to me. We'll put that up there. Sure, why not? It's Höglander. Actually, no, he goes here. It's like he's trying to look at 2 different cameras and that type of thing. So far, just the one young gun in this box, right? Just Handemark? Or, yeah, I think just Handemark. Crosby for the Penguins on the ovation. But yeah, any questions, let me know. Tomorrow's break should sell out by the time the break starts, because it is like a fairly strong mix, I would say. Like, Series 2 and Series 1 will carry a lot, but like, you still get some cool, like, high-end hit potential in a extended. Kershaw for Chicago on the retro, or the 0506. I hate all the base cards being stuck together. Kershaw for Chicago on the holographics. Again, softer corners on that. A lot of the cards aren't like in perfect shape. It's just the packs themselves are like wrapped really tightly. But you know, if you notice like some softer corners, especially the base, it's really noticeable. The young guns aren't as bad. Corner for the Sharks, but like the end cards can sometimes be pretty rough. So that's young gun 2, right, for the box? Yeah, see, I think that's 2. I think we ended on Godin last time. Ty Smith for the Devils on the rookie class. Kershaw for Chicago on the Ovation. Oh, we got our first exclusives coming up here. I think it's one that we've hit a French variation of, yep. Slavin for the Hurricanes on the UD exclusives. So second overall exclusives. Put that up there. Based on the rest. And the All-Star Game cards will just stay with their team in that All-Star Game, which is conveniently the jersey on the middle of their crest. So, or the crest on their jersey. So, Carlson for the Capitals. I know typically All-Star Game cards, like if it doesn't have a specific year, it'll go to that team. But because it has that specific All-Star Game, it goes to that team. So. Leonard for the Golden Knights. So, like, if we were to break this product, say, like, next year, for example, and, like, Slavin changed teams, or Slavin changed teams, it would still go to the Hurricanes because it's marked as the 2020 All-Star Game, and in the 2020 All-Star Game, he was a Carolina Hurricane. Alright, I think we either have a French variation or a base pack here. I believe it's just a base pack. Seth Jones doesn't have a variation. So, base pack. Puis-Suter on the Hollow Effects Gold for Chicago. Corners look a little bit better on that one. Next pack. Oh, if this is not a French variation, it's not. I believe this is our 4th Reese Johnson. I will look at that after the break because it's going to be pretty crazy, I think. But for Chicago on that. Puis-Suter for Chicago. It's been just a Puis-Suter and Chicago box in general on the reflections. There we go. Mikko Lehtinen. I believe that's Mikko Lehtinen number 4 for the Leafs. Gibson for the Ducks on the UD 0506. Next pack. Another Ingham for the LA Kings. We got a finite coming up. Ooh, that's actually a good one. Good one. Hoglander for the Canucks, numbered 2250 of 2999. Few more packs to go here. See if we can get something big out of this box. Base clear cut of Lowry for the Jets. Hit a lot of more base clear cuts than what we normally would in a Series 1, Series 2. So I'm like curious to see how the product breaks down in a full case. So I'll probably do this on, like, if we do another full case, I will probably look at this again and see, like, if it's just a bit of an anomaly or whatnot, but I think this is fairly consistent. There we go. Vanacek for the Capitals on the rookie class. Again, that's my favorite subset. It's not super close either. That one's just, I think, one of the nicest. And I think we have a holographics to finish off this box. Oh, no, Ultimate Victory. Of Josh Norris for the Senators. So how many youngins did we get there? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 6. I don't know if we started off with Godin or not. If we did, then we got 7, but it feels like we're missing a young gun on average per box type of thing. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it just feels like we're not quite, because it says like 6 young guns and then 4 UD 30s or UD 0506, and then it's just like those are 1 in 8 for regular and 1 in 24 for hobby, so those add up to like the 4 total. So I'm not sure, but because like I'll count up all the youngins after and make sure, but yeah. 82, and its inside number it is 532. Here we go. All right. Vanacek for the Capitals. A little bit of a soft edge there on the holographics. I wish they would go to the cardstock that MVP, like they use for MVP for Series 1 and Series 2. It honestly, A, feels more premium, and B, doesn't stick, which is like 2 of the big things. Another Curran for the Ducks. So we haven't hit a Diorio yet, which is just nuts. Cal Foot for the Lightning on the rookie class. There's some like dots and stuff on that. I think that's just on the card yet. So next pack. William Karlsson on the Dazzlers for Vegas. Yeah, like some of the Dazzlers too, they seem like the player printed on it like kind of is like overexposed almost, I think is the best way to describe it. We have something different coming up here. We have a Reflections of Sorokin number to 500. So a red Reflections number to 500. That's our second numbered. We hit a green to 100 of Yossi early on. Okay, we start off with Curran on this one. Yeah, we start off with Curran. So I got to remember Curran for our start. Kershaw for Chicago on the Ultimate Victory. Get them all unstuck. Get the young gun out of its kind of high position. There we go. Callum Booth for the Bruins. There we go. Next up, probably Romanov, I would guess. Yeah, Romanov for the Habs on the holographics. A little bit on a soft corner, but nothing like horrible. Next pack. Hayden Verbeek for the Habs. on the Young Guns. Foodie for the Blue Jackets. On the rookie class. Yeah, still no D'Oreo yet. Ooh, this is an awkward one. Parisi for the Wild on the Ovation. Just got bought out. One of the players that would have a regular Ovation, though, from back when he was a Devil. He was probably in one of the Ovation tins. All right, well, Chicago still does well. Pre-suitor for Chicago on the retro. I feel like we've hit Kurashev, Mitchell, Lankinen, and Pre-suitor already, so. One of my biggest pet peeves, though, like opening up cards, are just base cards that are stuck together, especially in a new product. Like, the older the product is, I get it, but in a newer product, it's fairly tedious. Bunting for the Coyotes, again, one of the better ones to hit. Throw that one in a sleeve. Gaudreau for the Flames on the 0506. I think there might be a base card stuck to it. Yeah, there was. So we should have a French Young Gun at the very least left. I think that's really the only thing that we don't have that we should have. We've had one but not two, and you should get 2.5 on average per box. Holographics of Hedman for the Lightning. Yeah, those cards are honestly like my least favorite. They don't look good. Zub for the Senators. I think it's only the second Zub. Zub. We got another UD3 here. Yossi for the Predators, so doubling up on him. Numbered 313 out of 1,000. Get that sleeved and top loaded. I think that's 4 or 5 of those. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, this is number 4. Next up. Only the one base exclusives and one Young Gun exclusive so far, though. There we go. I believe this is a Line and Reflections. Yep, for the Blue Jackets. Please, no, it's not D'Oreo. It's the guy we only have one of, though. So, Kodarenko for the Rangers. We start off on Curran on this box, right? Yeah. I believe we start off on Curran. Uh, 0506 is Suzuki for the Habs. Right, so we should be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retro makes 6, so we should technically have another Young Gun. I believe base pack. Yeah, base, nothing behind it, nothing behind it. Base. Yep, base pack. Next up, probably another Ovation, I think. that's probably close enough. Yeah, Heiskanen for the Stars on the Ovation. Chile, yes. We've got the Retro Laugh. So, oh, and speaking of retro, good retro Young Guns. Might as well get Kaprizov at the same time. A little bit of a soft left corner on that one, but actually no, that's just the print. Might be a tad soft, but the right actually might be a little softer. But all right, there we go. Kaprizov and Laugh in the retro column. We'll take that. So not bad. The biggest note so far for polls has been like, I mean, we hit the best clear-cut Young Gun like right in this moment, I think, in Kaliev. Rathbone is our French, which is really good. So, and last box. Here we go. Yeah, one Laugh retro. Couple like I think the Ultimate Victory we've hit of his. Really about, I think those are the only Laughs that we've hit. Oh no, we've hit his rookie class as well. So here we go, last box. Let's hope for something good. Oh, I didn't even put all the base cards in their row there. There we go. All right, 31 and 109. Yeah, just the one Laugh so far, or the one big Laugh. None of the actual like Laugh photo variation Young Guns, which are, again, I like that they put those in there just because, you know, it's better than not having them in there. But Juolevi for the Canucks. Ultimate Victory. What do we got? We got one of these UD3s, I think, coming up here. Yeah, it's stuck behind there. Kaliev on the UD3 Future Impact to 1,000, numbered, I believe it is 846. Yeah, 846 out of 1,000. So that's the 5th one of those. Again, cool cards. Like, different. I don't mind them. I like the reflections can look nice. The rookie class are probably my favorite subset. So, but Mackey for the Flames. We still haven't hit one of the Young Guns, like just one of the base Young Guns yet, which is crazy. And we should still technically have a French Young Gun. Robertson for the Leafs on the 0506. So not a bad one there. It honestly seems like you get like half of the checklist there. So well, haven't hit him in a while, but Cam Johnson for the Blue Jackets. I think that's our 4th one of him. So far we don't have to do a random for the checklist. There's one to each person. Cards are all on select to see their base pack. French variation of Anderson for the Kings. So I don't think we'll get our 2 French Young Guns. That kind of, unless I mean, we still could, but that's a good name. Kaliev for the Kings. I think that's either a second or either a 3rd or a 4th of him. I forget. It's at least our 3rd one. Or I think it's either a 2nd or 3rd because we've got the clear cut and at least 2 base, but I don't know if we have a 3rd base of him. Rookie class of Juolevi for the Canucks. There we go. Marner ultimate victory for the Leafs. About half a box left, so. Draisaitl for the Oilers on the UD 0506. There we go. Base pack. Yes. Looks like a base pack. So that hurdle isn't a variation, by the way. I've seen that hurdle a few more times, so I'm actually just going to throw that in this pile. Matthews on the holographics vet. A little bit of a soft edge on that one for the Leafs. You've hit one, and actually you hit a UD3 of Hellebuck too, so you got a rarer card. You've hit one Logan Stanley. So like at least you've hit a Logan Stanley though. We haven't hit one of the Young Guns yet. So Höglander for the Canucks again. These just looks like they just oversaturated the photos on the Dazzlers. Got another reflections coming up here. Crosby to 500 for the Penguins. There we go. Something different. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, Winnipeg is, legitimately speaking, like, on average, one of the better teams to have in this. Just because you should get 2 to 3 of his Young Guns at the very least. But, I don't know. Like, we might end up not getting a single to Oreo Young Gun. So, that would kind of suck. Kevin Ball for the Devils. I'm just going to stick that there. But I think we'll be short of French Young Gun in the case unless we get one. But we already pulled the French variation. Yeah, it's tough to evaluate. Kopitar for the Kings on the UD 0506. Rathbone again for the Canucks. So this is the same as that first or second box. Sorry, when we got like pretty much all the Young Guns like you want to get from the set in it. Next pack. It's number 2 in the checklist, so could be good. Could be good. No, Nick Schmaltz for the Yotes. 1914 of 2999. That way again, some soft edges on those. That one's actually a little bit more noticeable than the other ones, but yeah. Another Hofer for the Blues. So yeah, this is the same crop as one of those earlier boxes. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to get a Dorio, which is, again, that's kind of wild. Byram on the that's a scary photo for the Avs on the rookie class. He looks like a zombie in that photo. A few packs to go. Ooh, we got a rain. No, that's a vet ovation. Probably Panarin. Yeah, Panarin for the Rangers. I saw the red, white, and blue in ovation. It's like maybe it's left, but nope. Panarin. A few packs to go. We'll do a bit of a recap at the end here. Just some of the like top stuff. Vasilevsky for the Lightning on the 0506. Ottinger for the Stars on the ultimate victory. And last one. Byram for the Avs. So we don't have anything. Who had the Penguins? Bill had the Penguins. Okay. Yeah, that's extended. Let me just clean up the base and we'll go through our all of our polls and stuff. And then if you want to stay online after, I'm just gonna count up everything and see, what we got, what we didn't get, type of stuff. So I'm not missing anything, right? Nope. Yeah. So of note, we've hit. Just if you're keeping track at home, we hit 4 vet and 1 rookie of the UD3s. We hit how many of the finites? I think we hit 1 per box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with 1, 2, 3, 4 rookies. Reflections, we hit 3 numbered, 1 green, 2 reds. We hit 1 spectrum finite. Clear cut base, we actually hit 5 with a McDavid. Legitimately probably one of the best pulls in the break. We hit 1 exclusives. We hit 2 of the pros and prospects, 1 being a pro, 1 being a prospect. Retro variation, or 0506 Young Guns, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 15 total. With 2 of the bigger hits, we'll recap those. The checklists are here. The big pulls, I guess, no particular order here, are Tyler Johnson Day with the Cup, Sorokin 0203, Rathbone French variation, Miller retro exclusives, Kaliev clear cut, again, legitimately one of the best ones to hit, Kaprizov for the Wild, and Laugh for the Rangers on the retro. So that is this break. Again, the Young Gun checklists are just going to go 1 to each person, 1 for the Rangers, 1 for the Panthers. If you want to stick around on after just to kind of watch me sort through some of the stuff and see what Young Guns we did hit, how many we hit of each and stuff like that, feel free to do that. But that's the end of the video. So thank you for coming out, and see you tomorrow for the other break.